One of the most common questions I get as an Indigenous keynote speaker is Kendall, how can I become an ally? How can I become a friend? What can I do to take this a step further? I want to share with you in this video 4 ways to become an Indigenous ally to help build the future of the life, workplace that we're trying to serve for the future. Number 1 is, in order for this to work, we have to build awareness. You're taking the first step here by being a part of this video series that we're sharing to you today. Awareness builds the mind into what has been and what can be. Awareness, I'll give you another example of this. As a kid, I explained that I had many role models growing up. The very first time that I was invited to go to a non-Indigenous house and I experienced a beautiful home, I experienced different meals that they had, my mind was becoming more aware of a possibility I didn't know existed. The same thing is very much true in this space of the awareness of what happened in the past so that we can tackle the future. We can't get to the future if we don't acknowledge what happened, because what's happened created a lot of the present problems that we're struggling with as a society. When I look sometimes on the street and I see an Indigenous brother or sister suffering, struggling, they don't just become that person. There's a root cause to that. And oftentimes it can be tied to past histories that happen here in our backyards. So number 1, awareness. We must become aware. We must make this a priority in our family life, our workplace, and beyond that. Number 2 is to build meaningful friendships, partnerships with those around you. So what does that mean? I'll give you an example here. Growing up, when our family would be out in public, here's the most common scenario that we would experience around the battlefields, unfortunately. We'd walk in a grocery store, we'd walk in a doctor's office or Walmart. The moment a non-Indigenous family would come across us, they would act like we weren't even there. They'd look away right away. They wouldn't acknowledge us. It's almost like they were scared to talk to us. I still see this to this very day out in the general public when I go and talk with people. It's as if there's a wall in between Indigenous, non-Indigenous peoples. We have to start bringing down that wall. We have to start talking to each other, understanding each other's story. You see, when you understand each other's story, what happens is you take the time to understand this person's story, what they've gone through, and your friend's story. When you understand each other's story, where they come from, the stuff that they've gone through, when there is an opportunity, you are better equipped to challenge that and take advantage of that more effectively. When there's a challenge, an obstacle, you are better equipped to work through that more effectively than a stranger. Strangers tend to fight for nonsense issues for a prolonged period of time. Friendships will help solve a lot of the racism and prolonged discriminations that our society is suffering from. But we have to take it upon ourselves to make time to go and become friends, which leads me into number 3, supporting Indigenous businesses, our celebrations, and so on. Go to a powwow. A powwow is a social gathering. Anyone can go there. Go talk to Indigenous peoples. Go converse with each other. Go ask about what's the significance of this day. Understand where they come from, the histories of the area that you're visiting. When you go to an Indigenous business, don't be shy to support them. We have a rise of Indigenous populations who are now getting into business, to entrepreneurship, and trying to self-sustain their families, but also they give back to their communities oftentimes. I know because I've mentored hundreds of Indigenous business owners to this date, many of them even through the pandemic, who are now successful business owners. And we need your help as an ally, your support as a consumer, as someone who is looking to amplify your lifestyle, by coming to support our businesses to help aid you in where you want to go, who you're meant to serve. Number 3, engage in our social celebrations. Come visit us. Come to our communities. Come talk to us. Go to our powwows. Go support our businesses. Take it a step further. Go to our charities. Support our charities who in turn help our people. We have our own right now. We have Indigifund, indigifund.com. We help Indigenous youth in sports, education, culture. That's our legacy of giving back. Because we know how it is to be in the same shoes of someone who can't afford to be in post-secondary, who can't afford to play part of a sports team, who's having a hard time reconnecting with their culture and belief system. So we created a fund to support them. That's our belief. In our culture, like I had said in this video training, is that we're meant to help each other, support each other, share, and so on. So we're trying that. And I encourage you, if you have the opportunity to work with us, go visit us, befriend us, and support our charities and businesses. Number 4, your legacy that you have as an individual is going to run through the people that you are living with, your loved ones, your children, your spouse. That is the most important aspect of your life. Who you're living with right in front in your home fire, as they would call it. Your impact on them has a ripple effect on your children's impact with their future friends, with their future employment, and so on. You taking the time to become aware will it positively influence them so that in the future, hopefully your kids, my kids, our grandkids, if we're meant to have them, become friends, build a future of tomorrow. That's what I hope. Because the more aware we become as a society, the more time we take and make a conscious effort to make this a priority, our children's lives are going to be easier in a sense where they'll have opportunities to solve the problems that you and I are going through right now. It starts with awareness, building the friendships, building the partnerships, supporting and going to our celebrations, businesses, supporting charities, and continual investment into your legacy by building awareness, building those friendships, and understanding that how you talk to your children about people from different races, that's usually how your children are going to treat their friends and so on, society. So you're a role model. And your children are watching. Your loved ones are watching. Just because you learned a certain way, a belief system from an ancestor, a grandparent, a parent, and so on about a certain race doesn't mean that you have to adopt that into your belief system. You can make a conscious effort to say, I'm not going to teach my kids that. Ladies and gentlemen, those are the 4 ways to become an Indigenous ally.